How's it going, guys? It's Lord Danny back again with a video that I probably should have done a lot sooner. This video was actually supposed to be done just as Infinite Week ended, as like a celebration to the end of it, but I never got around to making it, so I finally decided to make it, you know, better late than never, I guess. So let's talk about Infinite Week, because there was never any big conclusion. I mean, yeah, sure, the Adopt a Jackal video was a good conclusion enough, like, it was good enough for me. But there was some other stuff that I didn't talk about, and I want to talk about things, and also the OC thing, you know, I need to bring that up later, don't I? And some other things, but you know, let's get into this.
Weak. Impossible.
So I'll just quickly bring up the whole adoption thing. I still haven't sent the name sheet in, but I have filled it in. So I have decided to name the Wild Jackal Infinite because everyone insisted that I did it. And my brother wanted it, and you know, I made him suffer that week, so I guess he deserves some kind of present. So that's not been sent out yet, but I have filled the form in, and I have the donation and stuff. You know, shipping to the US is difficult, okay, even if it's just a letter, because that's what I'm doing. So that's out of the way for now. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the art that the fans made. So the first piece of art, there wasn't much, but the first piece of art was by the Algadoodles, and you saw this piece of art throughout Infinite Week because I decided to use it as my avatar. It was with consent, I did ask to use it, and Dialga was fine with it. And, you know, it's a cute little avatar, it's really a good interpretation of the character I use in my videos. I really like it. That was a really nice piece of art that I got. And the second piece was, I never brought up in my videos, and I really wanted to bring it up, but not, like, I never had a reason to mention it, but now I do, because obviously this is a big flashback of the whole week. The second piece of art was made by Delta Animations on Twitter. I don't know if they've got any links to any other social media or like DeviantArt or whatever, but I'll leave a link to their Twitter in the description so you can go check this person out, because they made an artist interpretation of the avatar that Dialga made. So this character that Dialga designed actually became kind of like its own character. It was like I didn't even need to make the OC thing that I planned. Oh, I love it so much. I love the fact that people actually took the time to make art. I like things like that, it just makes me so happy. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to bring up, the art that came out. And I know it's only 2 pieces, but come on, for me, I'm a small channel, and it's really good art, and I'm happy, and it's really creative, and I'm allowed to be happy about it. Okay, so like, the next thing I want to talk about is like how the whole week was. Like, this week that I did a few months ago now, oh, it was so fun. Like, it was just something I decided to do on a whim, and then I actually found myself really enjoying it. Like, I was sort of stressing out, saying, oh my god, I've got to do a video every single day, and every day it premiered at 9:30 PM my time. I don't know what time it was for the rest of you guys, but that's how I was premiering it. So it was 9:30 PM every single day, and there were days where I was going out and doing things with my family and friends, and I was like, I need to go home and make the rest of this video every single day. I should have prepared for it better, but don't worry, I am preparing for something much bigger that should be happening in November, so look out for that. But yeah, this made me feel good as well, because it made me feel like I could engage with the audience a lot more. I felt like I was really in touch with you, because I don't think I really did the premiering thing before Infinite Week. Maybe I did for bigger videos, but now I pretty much do it for every single video I upload, because then it allows me to talk to you guys, and sometimes we just ignore the video and just talk about other things. It's great. And I liked how everyone was sort of just on board with it. It was just so random, where everyone was just like, okay, Danny's doing Infinite Week now, guess we're celebrating, and then everyone was just making memes, and the comments that I got for Infinite Week, they were absolutely hilarious. Honestly, you guys have the best comments, I swear. Like, this is what I love about this channel. Like, you guys who comment are just hilarious. It's like a meme Reddit in my comments. Hello, Danny, after Infinite Week. Finally, maybe now my little brother won't nag me about Infinite. Danny's brother, you make too many Mephiles videos. No, I don't. I don't make enough. Younger brother, you make too many Infinite videos. Danny, when everything you know has come and gone. I love these memes. Infinite week, more like infinite week. You know what's funny? I need to bring this up now that we're doing the flashback week. So when I saved the file for the intro that I did, you know, the infinite week intro, that's the, you know what I mean. When I saved the file and I titled it, I didn't realize I did this. I titled it Infinite Week Intro, and I spelt it W-E-A-K. Just as I saved it, I realised, and I thought, oh, I didn't even realise a joke was there. And then everyone in the comment sections obviously picked up on the joke, because Infinite Week, you know, those words shouldn't be put together. Because we all know that infinite's not weak. Why yorakonai? Oh man, I am not weak. Yeah, if you can't understand that, that is a translation of I am not weak, basically. But anyway, let's get on to the big thing. The big thing I promised I would do, and it took so long to do this, like, not the actual final product, but just the idea of how am I gonna do this? So, obviously I took to Twitter during Infinite Week and said, hey, if you guys wanted a new Jackal character in Sonic, what would you want them to be like and what would you name them? No one answered me on Twitter, so that's fine, you know, no one answered me. But when I did it on the community tab on YouTube, people did start talking and telling me ideas, and I started noting them down, and there were a lot of different ideas, and I really wanted to incorporate them all in some way, so I've tried my hardest. So sorry if it looks a little bit subtle in some areas and it's not anything mad crazy, because obviously Sonic games are very simplistic. I'm trying to keep it sort of real. So I listed down a bunch of traits that you guys mentioned to me. So I don't know who mentioned what traits, I just noted all these down and I looked at them and thought, some of them I couldn't really incorporate. There were lots of different ideas, some which literally conflicted with others, and I thought, how am I supposed to mishmash these together? So I did my best to incorporate as many ideas as I could. I also asked what people wanted the names to be, and again, the names, there were so many different names. I must admit, there were so many different ones I liked, but the two I chose for the poll, which were Jax and Cackle, they were the ones that, well, Cackle was the one that people seemed to like the most on the original video where I talked about naming the OC. Jax was one that was commented late. That was actually a late comment, but I saw it and I thought, hey, that's quite cool, Jax the Jackal. But anyway, before we talk about that, let's actually take a look at the character, because hey, it's time to reveal to you the character that I put all your ideas into, and I will explain everything now in this video about this character, because he's not just a look, he's also a personality as well. He's got something behind him, but obviously not too much, because I want you guys to have fun with him. So yeah, it's a him. I wasn't sure to make it male or female, but a lot of people commenting, they sort of imagine him as a boy, because people were using the male pronouns much more for the character, so I've decided to make a male character. So anyway, time for the big reveal, and here he is. It took too much time. I mean, I'm not a very good artist. I mean, I just draw occasionally. But I wanted to do something that looked mildly appealing. So this is, I'll tell you the name because as of the results of the poll in the community tab as I'm recording this, Jax is at 71%, Cackle is at 29%, it's 97 votes. That's how much it is as I'm recording this. So yes, this is going to be Jax the Jackal. And let me talk through all of his different aspects, because obviously at first sight you can't really realise anything, but hey, let me explain things to you, because this is all your ideas. I tried to incorporate. So there was one person who was commenting about a desert wasteland kind of character, either if they were a hero or a villain, and they were really interested in this idea, and so was I, because that sounds kind of cool. And they brought up Mad Max. Now Mad Max, I'm aware of it, but I'm not really interested. I mean, the designs, yeah, they're really wacky and cool, but they don't really fit a Sonic character. But I wanted to incorporate something that was kind of Mad Maxy, but you know, obviously nothing too major. Like, I was actually thinking of putting a muzzle on his face because someone else wanted him to be mute, and I thought that would be cool. But I couldn't find a design that looked good in a Mad Max style. Like, there was just nothing. But one franchise I'm a huge fan of is the Jak and Daxter franchise, and Jak 3 is very Mad Maxy. So if you've ever played Jak 3, it's desert wasteland, the style of it's very similar to Mad Max, but it's obviously really cartoony. So this guy's goggles are a reference to Jax. That was copying off their style a little bit, not quite entirely, but like the base for them. That is to do with Jak. The belt design is kind of like his his belt. It's not the whole copy of it, but it's like a little part of it that I was looking at. I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. And the main thing that I definitely took from Jack was his hair. So the reason I didn't want this character to get called Jax was because I didn't want it to sound like a complete rip-off of Jack. But I guess it is now. So that's why he looks kind of like Jack from Jak and Daxter. So he's got the belt, he's got the goggles. He's also got a similar kind of angry frown on his face. And he's got the hair. So that's the sort of Mad Max Desert Wasteland thing I was trying to go for. I was going to add also a like a skirt thing, I forgot what you call it, like a quilt or some kind that Jack was wearing in Jak 3. But because it also had a bit of a mythology look to it, which someone else wanted in this character. But I didn't add that. Another thing that I actually did draw onto the original drawing of this was a bandana, because again, the mute idea, this character being mute and not talking to people. Someone wanted him to be quiet, so I thought, hey, what if he has a bandana? Again, like Jax, like a face mask. Because again, it goes with the Desert Wastelander kind of idea, where he puts it over his face. But I raised it in favour of his chest hair. Now let me just explain the chest hair before I explain the mythology thing. One thing I noticed with, even though people weren't really directly mentioning it, but people were kind of subtly saying in their requests for what the character should be like, or like ideas, you know, this character should be a bit like Shadow. Kind of like Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2, like Shadow this, Shadow that. So I decided to make this character have Shadow's chest hair, and if you haven't noticed already, but I have given him stripes on his arms and legs, which are also based on Shadow's stripes. So yeah, I wanted to make a reference to Shadow just because people were mentioning him more than once in the community tab, and I believe in the YouTube comments as well. I guess that's also why I made him a grey colour, but I just did that because he was a jackal, and most jackals are like this black, grey, dark brown in the Sonic franchise. I haven't seen any like bright golden ones. I would have liked for him to have like black stripes and a golden body, but nah, I do like this darker look instead. Also, you have noticed I've added the white stripes to the size of his stomach. I just didn't want to like make another jackal character with stripes like Infinites, so I went for that kind of look, and you know, I'm proud of it. Okay, and the mythology reference is really subtle, but hey, you're dealing with someone like me who notices mythology references like literally everywhere because I'm obsessed with ancient history and stuff. But someone was asking about making him religious to the Phantom Ruby, and I couldn't really make that because I didn't really find a reason for him to be like that. But the idea of religion goes into mythology, and someone did say they wanted him to represent what jackals represent in mythology. And I was thinking, well, what do jackals represent? And there are jackals all over the place in mythology. They're in Hinduism, that's a big one they're in. I think they might be in Mayan, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. But the idea of Egyptian mythology. So Egyptian mythology has Anubis. Anubis is the jackal god, and he is the god of death. So, jackal, death. And what else symbolizes death? A scythe. You know, the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper wields a scythe to harvest souls. So that is why I have given this character a scythe. I know it's not a big one, it's like a small little sickle scythe one. But because the Jackal Squad members all have little sharp weapons, I gave him a little sharp weapon, and it symbolizes death, which symbolizes Anubis, and therefore it links to mythology. So whoever asked for mythology, you're welcome that I tried hard to really work that in there. Oh yeah, the other obvious thing I did on this character is I did his shoes and gloves. His gloves and shoes are in the style of Infinite, obviously, because all the Jackal Squad members look like that, so they have those weird Velcro on them. The cuffs of the boots, I don't know, the only character I was thinking of when drawing those was Jeffrey St. John. There was no reason for it. There was no one who commented that they wanted that. I just drew it in because no one was asking about the shoes. Oh yeah, on his shoes, those little pointy bits, they are, again, based on the Jak and Daxter games, but they're not based on Jak, they're based on my favourite character from Jak 2, Errol. And he had some cool bits on his boots, so I decided to do a little tiny reference to them on the shoes here, because hey, if he kicks you, look at him, he's gonna do some damage. And the last reference is this guy's eyes. No one asked for it, but I just did it for me. So I didn't know what colour to make his eyes. I was gonna make them yellow, but that was too obvious. But I made them this red colour because the art that Dialga made for my character had red eyes, and then obviously Delta Animations, the art they made for my character that Dialga drew had red eyes. And obviously my main sprite has orange eyes, so it's a bit random that the red eyes came up, but I like them. They look really nice and really cool, and quite ruby coloured as well. So this dude has got a tiny little Phantom Ruby reference, and reference to the fan art that I got. In its entirety, Jax the Jackal is like the embodiment of what you guys asked for, hopefully. I mean, I tried as hard as I could to add every single idea that was there. And then people were asking about his personality. So what does this character act like? What is he like? So the idea that came up the most was that he was antisocial, didn't speak to people, didn't laugh. That's why I like the name Cackle, because, you know, it was ironic that he wouldn't laugh. It was interesting. I'm a jackal, unlike Sonic and Cackle. Okay, that's his new theme song. So I really liked the idea of him being a bit moody, so that's why he looks quite firm, quite hateful, and quite fierce. I have decided that this guy would probably be a bad guy, if not neutral, so then you guys can do what you want with him, really. But personality-wise, I do imagine him being a bit dark, a bit hateful, a bit nasty. Another idea that I saw pop up more than once was that he was searching for someone, like, you know, he lost someone, he's trying to reunite with them, and he was a bit tense about it. But the one character someone mentioned that he should be looking for is Infinite. So, I'm gonna say that this is another Jackal Squad member. Or like, either he's a Jackal Squad member or he's like a member of like a close relating group to them, so not the same one that Infinite was in, but a different one. I don't know. You guys can go wild with that. I mean, I don't even know if you guys are gonna care about this guy. I just made him because I just wanted to make something that at the end of this week, of the Infinite week, which felt like everyone had sort of chipped in and that there was actually some kind of outcome. That wasn't just me spending £40 adopting a jackal. But there you go. There is Jax the Jackal. So he's a Jackal Squad member, or, you know, some kind of mercenary. He's probably in the desert a lot because, look, he's got the sort of desert wastelander look to him. Probably a bit obsessed with death, you know, probably a bit violent, judging by the fact he's wielding a scythe right now, and has pointy shoes that, you know, would kill you. He's a bit of a loner, and he doesn't really talk much, and he's looking for Infinite. So maybe he goes out in the desert and finds Infinite in the desert, I don't know. That'll be interesting. We get Infinite Mad Max. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to talk about in this video. So I'm sorry if it's a bit long and a bit lengthy, and, you know, it was just me talking and saying words that didn't make sense. But I really wanted this video to eventually be done, and now I've done it. And I hope you guys like the character, because I don't know what I'm going to do if no one likes him, because everyone chipped in at making him. I'll just spread him on my Discord and my Twitter and see if people notice him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave some memes in the comment section. Be sure to join my Discord server and follow me on Twitter, because not many people are doing that. I don't know why my Twitter's not popular. And, you know, just comment some ideas of anything. You know, comment what you want to know about this character. Comment some stories that you're coming up with for him. Like, that would be interesting, yeah. Fill the comments with your ideas of Jax. Like, what's he doing? Does he have a family? You know, come on, tell me some things. I like things like that. Just add to him. Because I've done my bits, and it's time for you guys to just add whatever you want to him. It's interesting. I'm having fun with this already. Anyway, this has been Lord Danny, and I'm signing out.
You must be a straggler who got left behind. A not-so-tall, dark, and brooding guest has arrived.